Welcome back, everybody. It's your favorite video game addict Drillith, bringing you another edition of Realm Grinder. If this sort of content brings you any enjoyment, go ahead and bring me some enjoyment by clicking on the like down below. Now with all that out of the way, let's get into it today. So I let this sit overnight on the undead, and I came back, and I feel like I'm pretty strong because I have TD coin, and I don't know what TD coin gives me. And how many gems? I have 7.2 QA gems, which I recently on this playthrough had 26 trillion. So that's a really big difference. Still can't do this, which would be nice. But what we are going to do is go ahead and abdicate and try the neutral factions and see how they play. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way and get right into the neutrals. So proof of neutral needs 10 QA coins. Let's go ahead and just get this party started here. And take this back down to 1. And with just one farm, I'm getting 300 trillion. So let's do my thing and get all this stuff. And I need neutrality, proof of neutrality. Alright, so now I can do Titans, which need Angel and Goblin, Elves and Demons, and Fairies and Undead. I thought Fairies were pretty good, and Undead was really broken. So let's try not the most powerful one. I thought Demons were horrible, but Elves were okay. So let's try that. We need Demon and Elves. The wise Druids of old were a disciplined group of people from all races who strive to maintain world balance with mythical discipline and powerful magic. Sounds intriguing. Affiliating yourself with the Druids faction will boost your magic capacity and reward balancing of all things, which is kind of my game style. So let's try that. So now all of my buildings are neutral buildings, and I get Gem Grinder. Multiplicatively, so we get Gem Grinder, which increases production bonus from gems by 5,000 for 20 seconds. That seems pretty good. Okay, gotta get all these to 5 real quick. Get a lot more trophies here, which will be beneficial as I wait for my faction coins to jump up. Let's move this to smart. Oh, missed it. Okay. And buy everything until it wants it down to 10s. Because that's just a good balanced start for my Druids, right? Yep, all those. Okay. Nice balanced start. Let's buy up everything we can, because that's what we're supposed to do. We'll buy that. Buy up everything else. Oh, what was that one? That one looked new. Oh. Yeah, Alchemy Labs. That's just one of... Yep, Alchemy Lab. That's just one of my things. They look different because they're all neutral buildings. Gotta get used to that. Okay, now I've bought up everything. Make an SP coin per turn. That's not bad. Take this down to 10. And I now have 3 eligible artifacts I could try to dig up. We need to go click happy and get some faction coins so we can choose elves and demons. So that shouldn't take too long. Oh, it's 250. Alright, I'm going to break and come right back because I don't want these videos to be long. So I'll be right back. Okay, made a few executive decisions. Going forward, we are going to buy 100 at a time. Anytime one lights up with 100, we're going to buy it. And we're also going to play as the Druids. Woohoo! A neutral certificate. Increase all neutral building production. Oh, so that's everything. That's kind of good. Increase the production of all buildings by 25% when you are playing as Titans, Druids, or Faceless. Okay. That's pretty good. A couple good ones in there for neutrals. I need 2,500 of each. But Their abilities are increase the production of all buildings based on their tier, giving the best bonus to the lowest. What do they mean by tier? Increase the production of all buildings based on their tier. I don't know what the tiers are. You instantly attract 3 animal assistants, and more will come based on the time spent in this game. Okay, assistant build, that's not bad. Increase faction coin find chance additively and multiplicatively based on the amount of buildings you own. Okay, so I don't know exactly what that does, but this one gives me more assistance, and this one gives me faction coin find. So I'm already up to 60 assistants, which isn't bad. All buildings increase production, buy up all these normal things, and so now what's my chance? My chance is only 50%, and I gotta get 2,500. Looks like I can buy a couple of these 100 things. And what is this? Increase the production of the least productive building based on the amount of the 3 most built ones for 20 seconds. Deep mine production by almost 1,000,000%. Let's change it to, oh, I can do multiple ones? That's kind of cool. But we'll just go with the 1, otherwise they're going to be competing with each other. So we'll just go with the 1. We need to go get 2,500 of each, and also some of these we will start to be able to buy up. Like this one, we'll be able to buy up. And the angels we can buy up. We gotta leave the elves. We'll buy up goblins. And we'll buy up undead. So it's not bad. We're gonna go to 2,500. Alright, so getting 2,500 takes a while as compared to getting like the 250 or 500 or whatever it was that they wanted before. Let's see, do I want to buy any of this stuff? I can buy some of it. I can buy up 100 of those and 100 of those. Buy that up. And the main reason we're here, let's look at what their new upgrades are. Increase max mana based on highest amount of stone pillars you built in this reincarnation. Stone pillars, where are those? Oh, those are pretty low. It's not bad. That's a lot more mana. Increase production of all buildings based on maximum mana. Okay, so I go from, with nothing cast, I go from 1.5 NO to 15 NO. That was a really big increase. Based on maximum mana. And I get more maximum mana based on stone pillars. Increase mana regen based on the amount of assistants you own. Oh, that's pretty quick. Now how many need 5,000? 10,000 of each, huh? I still don't have a great way of getting faction coin. Like outside of clicking and sitting here and waiting for my assistants, there's not a great way that I get faction coins. Which is kind of a stinker. We'll upgrade that. So, through the silver level, I don't still understand this one. Increase the production of all buildings based on their tier. I don't know what that means. Like, what is a tier? Giving the best bonus to the lowest. I don't understand it. But it's there and we have it. You instantly attract 3 animal assistants, and more will come based on the time spent in this game. So that is helpful. Increase faction coin find by 11% based on the amount of buildings you own. So the amount of buildings gives me 11%. So what in the silver level seemed a lot better because we increased our max mana up to 1,800, and then we increased building production tenfold based on max mana. So that's not shabby. And then mana regen went up based on assistance, which assistance will go up based on the time we spend in the game. And we're going to end up spending a little bit of time in the game to go ahead and get the other 4 heritage tokens, which is the fairy, reduction of all buildings based on these 2, or maybe these 3. Elves we're not getting right away. Increased mana regen, so my mana will be coming back really fast. Goblin, increase based on the amount of gems you own, and I own a lot of gems. And then even more assistance based on how long I've spent in game. So those are coming up right quick. Those 4 we're going to grab up probably before we get back, and we're going to go until we get 10,000 elf and demon coins. That way we can see the gold level of the druid, because that's why we're all here. We want to see what their skills are to see if they're as busted as the undead, because undead still seem pretty busted, although I mean we're not doing bad. Where is all of my production? It's all coming out of deep mine. Oh, that's because this is cast. Well, of course it's all coming out of there. So yeah, deep mine production. Increase the production of your least productive buildings based on the amount of the 3 most built ones. So I could like leave one of these low, right? And just focus on like 3? Is that kind of the idea behind that? I don't know. That's too in-depth for me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to clicking, and I'll be back once we get those 10,000 faction coins. We just finally got 10,000 Elven and Demon faction coins. And 10,000 takes a long time when you don't have a gimmick like the Undead does. But we got them all. Finally. So let's go unlock this last tier. Increase non-unique building production based on their tier. I don't know what tiers are again, so hopefully that just makes it really good. I don't know, I think this was at like 25. Oh, it did make it pretty good. Increase mana regen based on the highest amount of stone pillars you built. Okay, that's better mana regen. And increase production of each building based on the amount of buildings of the same type. So, again, this is going to have to recalibrate. It was at like 260. Did it already recalibrate? Oh, that's 4 times. Yeah, that was a pretty good increase. Not shabby. We'll buy up 100 of those. We'll buy up that. And it's got to recalibrate. So 1.1. It's not horrible. We will increase mana by 1 for every 15 buildings you own. Oh. So we need to get that. So to finish this run off, we need another 30,000 of each of those, which is going to take a while. I am making good coin with this great balance. I'm making pretty good coin. So yeah, some of this stuff is like DC, UD. Some of it's DD, which I gotta assume is what's next. So that will help with the faction coins. And per Hall of Legends you own. So, okay, that's another 120% to everything. Both of those will be really good. But I think we'll break. We'll come back when we get 5,000 of each, which shouldn't really be too bad. And then we'll break again, and we'll go get this Druid Heritage badge. And then I think that basically wraps them up. Maybe we'll do some excavating. No, it looks like it's really expensive. But maybe by the time I'm all done with these 30,000 of these 2 faction coins, maybe I can do some excavating. Alright, coming back in, we finally got the 25k of the Elven coins and the Demon coins. So now I have his Heritage token, which increases my max mana by 1 for every 15 buildings owned. So my mana's up there quite a bit, and I'm getting quite a bit. I'm toggling these back and forth because I have so much mana, and my mana regen is actually more. So I would go up. I would be gaining mana, and eventually get to the point where I would be losing gained mana if I cast them both. And once in a while, they'll both cast together. And when they do cast together, it's ridiculous the amount of stuff I get. But we were able to buy a couple more of these. Let's go there, and that'll probably be where we call it. But we did get, oh, not very much. That undead offline is huge for gem collection. I believe we can maybe do a couple more excavations because we do have a third artifact available. So let's try to find something. Maybe. Please. It'd be nice if you let me find something. I got some faction coins. That don't help me much. So not only shows there's 2 eligible artifacts. Didn't find nothing. Didn't find nothing. That stinks. But like I said, okay, so here we go. We had them. Oh, I missed it. You'll have to rewind 10 seconds and see how much my production actually was. But I think we call it there. We now have that heritage token. These are all maxed out. And, well, I guess we could go in here and buy up all these, because some of these will be like 57. That's pretty big. If only one of them cast, I'm getting UD, 300 UD. Both of them cast, I'm getting 16 DD. But I have to have both of them just cast just perfectly. I could just let this run for a while and get some mana regen, because that will eventually increase. Yeah, that will increase. The regen increases over time. I think it's based on how many followers I have. Yeah, how many assistants I have. And assistants increase over time due to this guy. And I think I had one other one that gave me assistance as well. Yeah. So I get 125 assistance for this skill. And this skill increases my mana regen. So my mana regen will continue to grow. And I think I needed 2 million to unlock this. Yeah, 2 million mana regen. That's a lot of mana. But we'll get there. Have an effect Hall of Legends. I don't know what that means. So this takes increase the production of your least productive building. So I would have to upgrade everything else and make this my worst building somehow. Which would be doable if I sat there and tried it. I just wouldn't gain any Hall of Legends. I think there isn't too much new that we gained outside of that emblem. Next time I think we're going to come back and maybe look at, see if I can remember what the pairs were. Was it Fairy and Undead? Or was it Angel and Undead? Which one went with the Goblin? I don't remember which one went with the Goblin. Anywho, we're going to call it there for a day. Thank you for your time. Y'all have a good night.